What's up, what's up, what's up? It's your girl, Ms.B.
I'm here, H-E-A-D.
And this is Stacks Magazine's weekly vlog number 42. Thank you guys for returning to watch these pretty faces, or handsome, and this gorgeous face of mine. Thank you guys for returning. No, seriously though, shout out to our new subscribers on YouTube. We have 4 of you guys this week. Shout out to John Doe, Scorpio 117, Charlie B 1976, and Miss LaShanya Gates. Thank you guys for subscribing, and tell your friends to subscribe as well. Shout out to Core Stacks. You can check out his exclusive On the Block interview on our YouTube page. He's a rapper from DMV. He's a gay rapper. He's an openly gay rapper. And if you see him, if you heard him, you would never know it. And he's a street dude, but just happened to be, gay. And his message basically throughout the interview is that he wants people to accept his talent first and foremost. And which we should all do. Talent comes first, and he's very talented. So definitely check him out. You may want to Google and check out some of his videos as well. Special shout out. As you know, we had our digital relaunch last weekend, and we were fortunate enough to be featured on the ybf.com. That's a blog that thousands and millions of people go to, and actually a picture of Dice from Lala's full court that she took during our event happened to make it as a Fab Flick of the Day on April 7th. And thank you to Natasha, I believe that's the owner of the YBF. Thank you for posting that picture and giving Stacks Magazine a shout out. We appreciate it very, very much, and it's good to see, black women supporting black women. Bottom line, you know what I mean? So, thank you for that. So, how was your weekend?
I have a PSA first of all.
What's the PSA?
I have a PSA. Me and Bells are in a bitter conflict.
A bit of contract dispute.
Forgive me for saying that. A bit of contract dispute over my contract. And first and foremost, I have to have in my contract not the amount of dollars, but I have to have a cup, and a red cup, and fluids to put it in my cup. You said top shelf fluids to put in my cup, whether it's water, the top of the brand, HCO, well, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not giving you anything. I'm just saying something to drink in my cup. So I had to bring my own cup out of my car to drink today, and I'm highly not feeling that today. I had to, so we had a contract, but we're keeping it professional. But we want to let you guys know what we go through behind the scenes. Behind the scenes, right now we're having a bitter.
I mean, it's getting ugly.
But we are professional. At the end of the day, we're professional, and support Head by getting red cups. Hit us on
Y'all
YouTube.
might want to say P.O. Box 4657, Atlanta, Georgia 30302. You can send Head a personal box of red plastic cups.
God damn. Ooh, y'all see what I'm going through.
If you support Head, please send him some cups, because behind the scenes, these cups that y'all see on every vlog, we on number 42 now.
This is my cup though.
He has used 42 different cups. 41 different cups. He come over here.
Do you hear that, people?
He come over here.
4 plastic red cup.
A different one every time he come over here. So I now no longer have any cups left. I have no plastic cups left for any of my other guests that may come, because he used them all up.
All of them.
And then I told him to purchase some. He has not purchased a bag of plastic cups yet.
We're in a bitter dispute.
So, hey.
Pray for us. We will prevail, and hopefully
he prevailed.
I will prevail.
So when you bring your own cup over here.
Okay. People from Entertainment Tonight, I know that you're on call, but I'm loyal. I'm loyal to Stacks Mag right now, and you know I'm gonna stay loyal to Stacks Mag. But if this continues, hey, y'all got my number.
Whatever. See how people get in touch with my people. See how people do, y'all.
Your people get in touch with my people. We'll work these things out.
These ain't loyal. They ain't loyal, y'all. Just ask Wale. What's her name? Tierra Thomas.
Tierra Thomas and Rico Love. Rico Love got on Sway for the morning show this week, and he cleared out some rumors, allegations of what occurred that he stole Tierra Thomas. Tierra Thomas is an artist that did a song with Wale. She did the song Baby, I never made love. I never made love. Yeah. Y'all know what we talking about. She was on a song with Wale. Wale put her out there. She got discovered by Wale. Okay. Wale didn't put no paperwork on her. So when Rico Love discovered that she didn't put no paperwork on, first of all, Rico Love said Wale, a partner in business, introduced Tierra Thomas to Rico Love. Rico Love said, "You not signed to Wale," and which she wasn't. So Rico went and signed her. Wale felt some type of way. So because he didn't put paperwork on him, you know. And Rico Love said this week on the Sway show that, hey, he's an emotional dude. You can't put emotion and business together. Emotional might be good for music, but it's not good for business. And however you want to handle it, you can handle it how you handle it.
Right.
And hey, that's how he took it. I don't know how Wale gonna respond to this, but he gotta respond because he just don't call him.
You already know he gonna, you know he gonna respond because he emotional.
Right. He don't call him a sucker ass nigga. That's what he don't call him basically. You emotional and you good for music. Don't get me wrong, you're an exceptional artist. He put "don't get me wrong" when that's when you talk about somebody. Don't get me wrong. I mean, they are good friends and all, but that butt come in, so he butted his ass and blowed his ass out the water.
Well, so, I mean, Wale, you can't be mad though. Hell, he took too long.
Right.
He thought the word was gonna be bond.
Right.
But at the end of the day, that girl looking out for her livelihood, and she probably like, you taking too long with a real live contract.
Right.
And I need some money flowing in.
I gotta eat. So that's what happened with the Wale situation and Rico Love. Rico Love is also having a new song out. Bitches Be Like, you know. Right. He's gotten like to right now. He's the king of the grade. I call him the king of the grade. He talk about it on his first song. He talks about his side chick they don't know, and his new song is Bitches Be Like. So he's like the king of the grade right now. He degrading women. He's keeping it real on one point, and he talked about it.
I'm glad when maybe Tierra Thomas will be that. You know what I'm saying? Bring the other flavor. She'll be the contrast to
what he brings.
Right. Maybe she'll come out with Dudes Be Like.
Some girls on YouTube already don't sing it, but hey, he's the king of it right now. He's holding it down for the great music. You know what I'm saying? Hey, anything bad about a woman,
I don't know.
He gonna expose you. Yeah, it's hot. Both of them hot. They don't know and know. Both of them hot. I sing them. But I'm not. I have knowledge enough to know that it's degrading, and to a point it's degrading. Yeah, I see the point you're trying to get across, but every point that you're making is degrading. So you like the king of degrade, just like R. Kelly, the king of pissing on children. Right. The king of degrade. So I got to
why y'all won't let R. Kelly live that down?
Who would? He piss on your child? What you gonna let it go?
I mean, I don't want to never hear about it. No.
See, you pissed on children. You make good music, but you pissed on that girl. You did that. Damn. What Dave Chappelle said? What? Dave Chappelle did that shit.
Piss on you. Let me piss on you. Man, I miss Dave Chappelle.
But yeah, those two. Hey, he's the piss king, and you're the degrading king. So hey. Take your hat and wear it well, brothers.
Right.
So, That's what we talking about right now. And
moving on.
We talked about Coachella.
Yeah, Coachella Music Fest is going on. I think right about now Nas probably performing. I want to see that though. But the highlight was definitely Outkast. You know, it was their official reunion at Coachella yesterday, and a lot of people stayed up late because of the time difference to see it. And it's been kind of like mixed reviews. They said it was some sound issues.
Haters.
Just a couple of sound issues. The crowd could have been probably a little bit hyper or whatnot, but all in all, everybody was glad to see that Big Boy and Andre 3000 was back together again and performing. And everybody came out. A lot of T.I. was there. Prince was there. Who else? Diddy was there. Just everybody was there. I think, what is his name? Tyler,
the Creator, he was there.
Yeah, he was there. And it was just a bunch of people there supporting them. Unfortunately, a boy from the West Side, Killer Mike was supposed to come out on their set, but they cut the set short.
Haters.
I mean, they was already like an hour or so in, but unfortunately, the people that's over Coachella cut their set, and so Killer Mike couldn't come out and do the song with them. So that was kind of unfortunate. That would have been a very good look for Killer Mike, definitely.
Right. And it was good to see those two, like Bell said, it was good to see, like everybody said, it was good to see those two together. Questlove from The Roots, he was very critical of Andre 3000, how he was performing.
What did he say? What did he say?
He stated that Andre 3000 was saying, "Hey, yeah," like he didn't really want to sing it. He was saying, "Hey, yeah," he didn't really want to sing it. He had to put more energy in it, and
like back in the day,
right? And out of all songs, you should only give them 5 minutes a song. And my point was,
what you mean? Out of all songs, give them 5 minutes a song?
How many songs The Roots got? You can't talk about nobody if you ain't never been in them shoes.
The Roots got a lot of songs though.
They got a lot of songs, but they ain't no Outkast.
They ain't no Outkast, but they got a lot of songs.
They got a lot of songs, but ain't nobody like.
So what was his point by saying that it was going too long with one song?
I guess they over.
I guess they was trying to. They did extended versions instead of a short version, basically.
Right. I mean, but still, it's
been a minute since they since they first time back together.
He did say. Now, don't get me wrong. He did say.
Damn, Roots.
That was their first time back together. It wasn't Roots, it's Questlove.
I mean, you know what I mean. Well, Questlove. It was his opinion.
Right. I didn't like it simply because if I've never been, which I've never been a millionaire. I can't tell nobody how to spend their money. You know? So
what is he saying? What you mean by the spending money part?
I'm just using that as a phrase.
Oh, okay.
You ain't never been at this level they been. You ain't never sold 10 million records. You know? You ain't never had that many hits as these guys don't have. Outkast don't have hits on hits on hits on hits. Y'all have had I get Roots about 5, 7 at the most hits.
Right.
Global, I mean that.
Like global hits.
And I'm say 5. I'm gonna leave it at 5.
Yeah, maybe that.
Maybe 5.
Not that.
You know, Outkast don't have buku.
Right.
You know, we can go down the list of every album that they put out, or more than 1 or 2 on the album that were hits. You know what I'm saying? That took them to another level. You guys stayed in one box. And Outkast did put a box out there. I don't want to be long-winded, but Questlove, I was very disappointed on your what you said about it. You should have been quiet. You should have been happy for hip-hop, basically. That's it.
Right. A mess.
Yeah.
But yeah, so shout out to Outkast. We glad that y'all came back. I ain't get a chance to see the full thing, but I'm definitely look at it tonight. And Beyonce and Solange, Solange performed. Beyonce did a surprise pop up on her sister. They did a little dance together. They was real cute. Pharrell performed, and I ain't see Pharrell performance, but I heard that he brought a lot of people out. I know JD and Nelly and all of them came.
Right.
So moving on from Coachella, speaking of music, I heard 50 Cent. You know, he was doing the headphone thing. What he's doing, he had the Sync by 50 headphones. That's doing a lot. You know, selling millions of those headphones. Well, unfortunately, apparently, the idea for the Sync by 50 headphones came from another headphone company. So their headphones sued him for copyright infringement, and now he owes them $16 million. $16 million. So, that's crazy.
Yeah, this is his second lawsuit. You know, he got sued by Rick Ross' baby mama. She sued him for not a couple, but a bucket of M's. Millions, as we would say, M's or millions. You know, shout out to Rocco Lingo. But yes,
got that lingo.
He this is his second major. Rihanna was that his major lawsuit. So hey man, you can't keep catching them lawsuits like that. You gotta catch up. Wu-Tang was there too. You gotta be hey man, you can't do that. You gotta calm down, or you gotta get back out there and tour a little more.
You're gonna have to do some more movies or something. But you know, 50 got them racks, so she'll be alright. He'll come up with something. You know what I'm saying? He'll come up with something to get that 16 million back.
Right.
How you feel about the NFL with Kaepernick and his sexual assault accusations? Do you think the girl?
No, I don't believe him. I believe you know what I'm saying. People are opportunists more than ever these days. You have social media that they can put their platform on. They don't have to wait until a news outlet get to them. Hey, they can put it out themselves and blast your ass like you done something to them. Put a tear out there and make it a star. Is news. It's newsworthy. It's reportable. People will listen, you know. So I don't believe that. You know, a lot of people doing it these days, and you just have to be mindful of who you have in your circle more than often these days. So that's what I have to say about that.
Man, that man know that girl said no, and he still tried to get it.
Oh, you believe it?
I gotta play the devil's advocate.
Okay, go ahead. But that man ain't do that. That man ain't do that.
That's that man did. You know how y'all get, man. Everybody be all drunk and feeling good and everything. As soon as some girl say nope. Then y'all get to feeling some type of way. Y'all be on that rich homie Quan.
What you talking about? Ooh.
Dudes.
No, I don't believe that, man. I don't believe that.
I don't know. Well, I'll wait till they do further investigation and we'll see. We'll figure out the truth sooner or later.
Yeah, we would.
Business. This week on stacksmag.net we had an article. It was called five filing mistakes that will warrant a tax audit. As you know, taxes season is almost over. April 15th is the deadline. That is on Tuesday. That's if you haven't filed for an extension. So before you file your taxes, make sure all your paperwork is correct. But these are 5 things that people tend to think that the IRS somehow looks over. You know, somehow they just happen to not really pay attention to this stuff, but they actually pay a lot of attention to it, and now they actually are going to crack down a lot more on individuals who make these mistakes. So you need to make sure you aren't one of those individuals. So number 1, the first thing is claiming kids that are not yours. Stop claiming these kids that's not y'all, man. Y'all been doing this for years, trying to come up on these extra grands. But the IRS, I'm sure they, I think they have a lot more manpower now. They can send more auditors out. So y'all need to stop doing that because they coming after y'all. Right. The other thing with that is claiming your child when someone else has had. This comes into play a lot when there's 2 parents. Maybe they were married at one time. They got a divorce, but they share custody of the kid. So I, as the mother, for example, will file for my child as a dependent in 2013. Mm-hmm. I ain't talked to the daddy in so long, you know what I mean? And he go and file for our child as a dependent for 2013.
Right.
That's an automatic red flag to the IRS. They gonna look at it and say, why both of y'all not 100% caregivers for this child.
Right.
Somebody lying. So therefore, make sure you don't do that. You know, if you are divorced and you do share custody, make sure you contact that the other parent and you guys talk through that to see who's going to claim who. I know a lot of times some people do even odd years or whatever. You know, 1 year I claim them, next year you can claim them, you know, and vice versa. So definitely talk it out with the other parent. Number 2 is overvaluing your charitable donations. You know, people donate to United Way. They might donate to, you know, to the church, your church love offerings or whatever. You can file them. But a lot of times when people start calculating what they donated as far as shoes and clothing and purses and home equipment, things like that, they tend to try to keep the same value, same worth, and claim that dollar amount instead of taking the, you know, using a depreciated amount to file. So that means, for instance, if you took, you know, 5 pair of Jordans that cost you $200 a piece to the Goodwill and donated them to the Goodwill, you can't claim $200 a pair, the full $200 a pair on your taxes. You have to calculate a depreciated amount, or 9 times out of 10 at the Goodwill, they'll give you a value for it. You know, they'll give you a printout of how much each thing that you donated was worth, you know, for them, or how much they purchased it from you for, or whatever. So, so definitely use Goodwill's amount. Definitely use a depreciated value. You cannot take the original value of an item and claim that on your taxes. Number 3, deducting large amounts for vehicle usage. A lot of times people claim their gasoline expenses on their taxes, whether they work from home, you know, telecommute, or they have their own business. But the IRS says where people make mistakes is that, you know, is when, say for instance, you have your own business, but you only use your vehicle 60% of the time for that business. The other 40% is just your personal time that you know, take vacations and go visit family or whatnot. People tend to take the money that they spend on gasoline, they use 100% of it to claim on their taxes, when in actuality you need to only use 60% because you only use your vehicle for business 60% of the time. So the IRS definitely, when they see large amounts like for vehicle gasoline charges and stuff like that, that gives them a red flag as well. And then 9 times out of 10, they're going to contact you and ask you questions in regards to that. So you definitely need to make sure you have all your documentation ready. My sinuses. Number 4, failure to report extra income. People always have side gigs, you know, whether it's you may paint houses on the weekend, you may cut grass, you may fix cars. A lot of this, and then with those jobs, you get kind of paid under the table. You know, here's the $100. You know what I'm saying? You don't get no receipt for it. Don't no taxes get taken out for it or nothing like that. All of this additional income, the IRS says, is income that you need to report on your taxes, and people fail to do that. For like contractors, if you work for an employer, say for instance, you do part-time plumbing for Roto-Rooter or somewhere like that, but as a contractor, if you do $600 or more worth of work for Roto-Rooter is responsible for giving you a 1099 form as a contractor. As a contractor, that's something that businesses and companies have to do. have to do if they employ contractors. So definitely make sure that you get your 1099 if you do earn extra income, with these side gigs, and definitely report that extra income on your taxes. The number 15 was failure to report offshore accounts. A lot of people, not only the wealthy, not only mobsters or, people who do crooked things, store money overseas, in overseas banks and stuff like that. You have regular people that do it as well. And it's not illegal to do that. Anybody can open up an offshore bank account. Of course, there's always a lot more paperwork when you do that. But you can open up an offshore bank account, say in Brazil, Panama, Switzerland, places like that. You have the right to do that as a U.S. citizen. But the thing is, the IRS hates when people don't report that money, especially if it's $10,000 or more that you have stashed overseas. They're saying that you must report this additional offshore income, money that you have stored away. If not, and they find out that you have accounts in other places, they will penalize you for it. And those penalty fees can go. It can range from anywhere from like $5,000 up to $150,000. I guess it all depends on, how much money you do have stored in an offshore account. So those are the 5 filing mistakes to warrant a tax audit. Please make sure that you file your taxes properly, and make sure you have all your documentation and your receipts ready to go if the auditors do call you. And that's it for the business tip today. Oh, one other thing as far as business. Women entrepreneurs, Eileen Fisher, she's a designer. She's had a company for a very long time. And she's been offering business grants to women entrepreneurs for several years now. And this year she's doing it again. She's offering $12,500 for women entrepreneurs who have great ideas, who works under the same philosophy as she does, her own company's philosophy. She's looking for those like-minded individuals and offering these women grants, free money to help run their business. If you want to apply for that, definitely go to EileenFisher.com, and there's some links that you can go to in order to get the application. So, hey, if you want to try to get this free money, then definitely fill out the application. Distractions. That's going to be in the contract, y'all.
I'm ready. What's next?
Situation Sunday. How do we bridge our upbringing into having successful careers?
Mm-hmm. Okay, we talked about last week about NFL star Deshaun Jackson. He was cut from the Philadelphia Eagles for gang affiliation. Mm-hmm. And we talked about how do we bridge your neighborhood, your upbringing to your professional. And I think it's hard for black people, because black people, we have to live 2 lives. Well, let me not misjudge. Chinese, every culture has to live 2 lives. But we have not adjusted, or America has not adjusted to blacks living 2 lives, not understanding our culture.
Not understanding our lingo, not understanding.
Yeah, ebonics, or what are you saying? Y'all don't say that when you have to understand what a Mexican was saying.
Right. But down there deep off in the country.
Louisiana.
You got Caucasians that got very strong Southern accents that you can't hardly understand.
Yeah. Texas and Boston is 2 different lingos, and everybody understand it. Or her and their, but they just use that as, hey, that's how they talk. Right. California doesn't talk like Brooklyn people. Yo, what's up? With pastrami on it. But they talk like that. But we was talking about, as people, how do we bridge those gaps? And I discussed earlier, my middle-aged son has attended an all-white Catholic school up until this year. He's 13 years old. He's in the 7th grade. Up until this year, he attended a special tested school for smart kids in the city. So you got more black kids in this school. My son is having a hard time adjusting, not as far as the grades, but socially. You know what I'm saying? He's been used to dealing with white kids. And I saw a documentary today on my way over here that kids that went to school with white students, but their parents also want them to have, just like I want my son to have, some type of understanding of black culture to complete them, especially as a black man. You know, we don't want to go in this thing blind. You already got to deal with relationships, and then you come in it blind to the point of not knowing how to communicate. Right. You can be as smart as you want to be, but you just as dumb as you want to be. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, you know how people say you got book smarts, but no street smart. Right, and to certain extent, you do have to have that, because you have to have that business savvy to make that communication with the person. And I wanted my child to be complete just like that also. Not only have the education, but the completeness. And that is the same with the NFL guys. These guys get these big hefty contracts. One day they got 7 cents in their account. The next day they got 10 million in their account. Right. And nobody in their family have ever instantly. Overnight. Nobody in their family have ever saw this type of money. And that goes with regular life. One day you in school, your mom sending you money, you eating noodles and oodles and noodles just to get by. And
then the next day you eating steaks and lobsters.
Yeah, you get a job.
Lamb,
hey, we're off
every night.
$100,000, and hey, you living it up, you know. But we haven't been able to bridge those gaps, because I think a large portion of our people are still, I want to say, I don't know the numbers, but we're not as upwardly financially mobile as we should be. Right. So, and people try to hold you down by saying you got to keep it real to your hood. And then as a man, it's kind of like a slight to say,
we've seen it time and time and time.
I ain't no punk. I'm with the hood. And you go and get these people that you know that you're not supposed to be associated with because you're not strong enough. Hey, this is my cousin, but cuz might not understand the level where you at,
and they get to messing up your endorsements and your brand and commit things, crimes, and your name get caught up in it.
Right. Because it's easier for them to say the star name than the local joker. Right. Michael Vick. It was his cousin was the actual person
with the dog.
Right. But Michael Vick was his cousin and owned the house. Right. Yeah, they probably were killing dogs and Mike Vick was down here in Atlanta working. You know? Mm-hmm. But just cause he knew what was going on, they tied him in and they made him serve a hefty sentence. Mm-hmm. And he was another one that didn't know how to bridge that gap, and it hurt him
and
also.
Definitely his brother. Oh, his brother just
wait a minute.
A bad seed.
His brother been gangster. I don't care if you went to school.
But he could never really transition.
Right. But his brother never made it to that level. Yeah.
But I'm saying he probably could have though.
Yeah, but he never got to that level. Right. I think he got to where he was at because of his brother. This Mike Vick brother. He might got the same skills. He might can run and throw, but he wasn't his brother. Let's be honest. He wasn't his brother as far as an athlete. Right. But that we got so many kids that go through that. I think my solution to it, one of my solutions to it, is us getting to know knowledge of self, of investing in each other and doing more business with our own people. You know, people say, and it's true. Black folk, when you deal with black folk, you get short-cutted and people do stuff shorthanded. You know, that's why you don't like to deal with black people. Yes, that is true. I'm not denying that. Right. But I think as a business owner, you should also, as a business point from head, you should also let people understand, let your customers know that where you're coming from. You know, I think they can understand, hey, but you're honest, but you really are not moving in with the capital that you're supposed to have, because that's most of business closes because they don't have the correct capital, or the credit be so bad because your mama don't put a cable bill in your name as a baby.
Right, so, and mess the credit up.
Right, so all these things tie into people. So you still, even if they don't come correct, I think B had a problem with DTLR. Go to the head person and make them correct it and go back again. and show your face. And I bet you, when you show your face again, they'll roll out the red damn carpet for you. Don't walk away. They'll roll out the red carpet. Oh, here she comes. What color New Balances do you want, ma'am?
They don't want no problem.
Is this your arch? Wait a minute.
Is this your arch?
Yes, is this the right arch for you? They will come and they'll support, but don't give up on them. Go to the management, and management will correct it. Huh?
How we get to talking about that?
But that ties into two of investing in each other.
Okay.
But that give us a self-esteem. Because if we learn each other first, and when we step out into the America's world, we will be more confident, and America will be understand us more than looking at us like we don't know how to talk, we ignorant.
But not only that though, investing in us while we are investing in each other, like you said, building up our own communities and things like that.
Right.
We have to be willing as people to take the time out and teach one another as well. Right. It's one thing to invest, but then it's another thing to not really teach the brother, your sister, or your brother, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, or your next door neighbor, the proper way to do this, the proper way to handle this type of business, the proper way to fill out this paperwork, the proper way
Don't close the door.
Proper way to, provide good customer service to your customers. We have to be teaching each other along the way, not just investing in each other. We got to, but that's part of investing, teaching as well.
Don't close
and I think that will help us a lot too when we are out in the world and having to deal with other races and other environments.
They'll know. Like if you not saying everybody know about the Jews. The word is I don't know no Jew personally, but hey,
you know a Jew. But you just don't know they a Jew.
Yeah. But we know them of having money and having to stick together. And I know in the hood, the Chinese and the Arabs, they stick together. And I'm not saying we don't, but you have to have a sense of self. But they situations are not like ours.
Yeah, we don't stick together.
They didn't come over here like we did.
Because if we stuck together, all these nail shops and corner stores and gas stations and liquor stores and all these little places in our communities will be owned and operated by us.
But it goes back to that business, but
that's what I'm saying. If we stuck with each other and showed each other the ropes, you know what I'm saying, and passed stuff down from generation to generation to generation to generation, we would still have ownership of these places in our own communities. We don't have it. We don't have it at all.
Yeah. So that's
a whole different topic.
Right.
I mean, we go on and on this, but we just wanted to touch base on that, because we thought that was interesting, and we wanted to come back to it this video. You
might send your kids to a non-white school, and you're doing it for the benefit of your child, but at the end of the day, if they're going to be the best that they're going to be, they're going to have to come back to their community and invest in it. Because you can't work for the man all your life.
And you shouldn't work for the man all your life.
Right. And expect to be successful. You're going to have to come back and deal with Baby and Boo Boo them and sell them a product. And while you selling Baby and Boo Boo a product, you got to give them some type of knowledge as you selling it to them. Sell the product first and then come back and give them knowledge of self.
But you don't learn. Yeah.
Right. So that's all. Each one teach one.
Each one teach one.
Yeah.
So we're not going to take time out to talk about reality shows this video because we didn't get a chance to watch them because we recorded a little bit early today. But we will come back next week. We'll talk about by next week we'll see the reunion for the Real Housewives and Married to Medicine. We'll touch base on that and a couple of other new shows that come on. So check us out next week when we're back with vlog number 43. Until then, definitely go to stacksmag.net. Check out our new website. Hopefully you guys like it. Definitely comment on the articles on there. You guys be on everybody else's blog commenting on that foolishness. You need to comment on stacksmag.net. So definitely leave comments. Definitely follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr, and Twitter as well at StacksMag. That's StacksMag. And we'll holler at y'all next week.
Peace.
Peace, y'all.